Okay. Well, welcome everyone to the 2024 Meet the Candidates, such as it is. So we are here so that the people who are nominated for the board positions and various officer positions on the ballot, which is now active, people can start voting, can make statements and field any questions. We don't have any non-nominees in the meeting, so I don't know that we're going to get any questions, but Sean has a pressing thing to take care of, so we offered to let him go first. So, Sean, would you like to make a statement for your nomination as secretary?
Yes, thank you, Theron. I have been secretary now for 4 years, I think going on five. And I say it regularly, but when I'm doing my job well, it's hard to tell that I'm doing anything. And grass base keeps running. But I'm happy to continue in the role. And if there is anything that is needed of me beyond secretarial duties, just standard crash space ish things, then I'm also happy to help with those things as well.
Okay. Any questions for Sean? Okay. Well, thank you, Sean. You are dismissed.
Thanks all.
Sure thing. And just to keep things interesting, unless there's any objections, let's work since Sean was the last person on the list. Let's just work in reverse order. Ron is not here; he's nominated for treasurer, but if he shows up in a bit, we can slot him in. Otherwise, next up is the position of CFO, and the second person nominated for that position on the ballot is Kurt. Kurt, would you like to make a statement?
Yes. Well, my name is Kurt Steindler. I lost count of how long I've been CFO. Uh, and in a lot of ways, like the secretary, when everything is running efficiently, it's very hard to see how fast I'm uh, swimming underneath the water. Uh, but I mean, we can tell all of the bills are getting paid, and we're maintaining in compliance with the IRS. So um, that's that's been good. Uh, it is kind of a time-consuming job for I think the most thankless job is the secretary, but the CFO I think uh, spends a lot of time behind the scenes. I'm happy to do it, happy to continue doing it, and just look forward to continuing with Crash.
Can you take a moment to sort of discuss we added the treasurer position to the ballot. It's not
Mm-hmm.
a position, it's sort of mentioned, but we have never really had one. Would you care to describe what you see the distinction between those two positions being, so everyone knows?
Uh, yes, the as I see it, the CFO will in the future, because we will have a treasurer, will oversee more globally, while the treasurer actually handles a lot of the day-to-day operations, making sure that the individual bills get paid, making sure that money gets transferred from the main account into the facilities account, and that's always covered. Uh, and uh, you know, doing the front line on the bookkeeping, since we had a accountant who was actually also acting as our bookkeeper, but we lost him in the middle of last year. Since that time, I've been handling the bookkeeping, and I really view the treasurer role as taking over the lion's share of that, or at least assisting greatly with bookkeeping and making sure that the books are balanced and on a monthly basis.
Okay, thank you. So I think that'll be helpful for people. We have our only competitive category this year is CFO. Levi, would you care to give a statement for your pitch for why people should vote for you to be CFO?
Well, I mean, I use money every day. Anyway, I have been CFO before. So just to give a rough idea, like Kurt said, I can't remember. I believe Obama was president when I was CFO. So it was, yeah, I know. Back when I had hopes and dreams. So I've done it before. I'm actually also the treasurer for my HOA, so I have that going for me. So the only thing I would just need to pick up is like how to do QuickBooks online. I haven't done that before, but other than that, I've done finances for Crash. I do finances for my HOA. So I can say at least I'm marginally competent. I don't know what to say beyond that. But like I said, it's not totally foreign to me. But I did it before I went back to grad school years ago. So.
Okay.
Did that come through, or is it too echoey?
No, we can hear you. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone have any questions for either of the CFO candidates? If not, we will move on to facilities chair. Michael, would you care to let us know why we should vote for you for facilities chair?
Yeah, I've been facilities chair for a year now. We've worked on some projects, cleaning up the space, done some crash beautification, repainting the front room, and kind of getting the new laser cutter up and running. And like to continue and keep making the space better.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Michael for his facilities chair? Oh, okay. Next up, then we have membership chair, Josh.
Yes, Josh Truitt. I've been membership chair since 2020 Q4, I think. It is a very important position for Crashbase because it's often the first point that new members interact with Crashbase's membership management structure. Someone will say, hey, you should sign up. And then the next thing that happens is I get an email that says, there's a new member. So automating those processes has been an ongoing effort. We've moved to a semi-automated stage back in 2021 with checklists, and we need to go, I think, the next step with some member management systems, which is what I'm working on right now. What we've been doing has been working. So even without those sorts of changes, we have got a very strong system in place right now, I think. We are larger than we've ever been before at 85 members currently. We've had 6 members sign up in the last 30 days, which is, I think, 5 new people and 1 person actually changing their membership. But 5 new people in a month is great. I want to continue sustainable growth for both the spaces offerings for members and for the membership size itself. And I want to continue to help people get into the Crashbase experience and make sure that's a good experience. And that is what I've got. Thank you all.
Oh,
No, still muted.
yep. Sorry. Thank you, Josh. Anybody have any questions for Josh? Okay. Then that brings us to Vice President Barb.
That's me. Hi. So yes, I'm Barb. I've been a member of Crashbase for 10-ish years. I was vice president for a little bit, and then I wasn't, and then I again became vice president for a couple of years. And the role, for anybody who doesn't know, the role of vice president kind of changes based on whoever's in the position. And my vision of it is sort of someone who helps encourages others to do things and helps support them in that, like running events or being more involved or whatever. And I want to keep doing that. always help encourage other people to be involved, because our space is only awesome when people are engaged with it. But let's go ahead and get meta. So I'm running unopposed, I think. I want to encourage anybody watching this, that's you, who's interested in doing more vice presidentially type things, to let me know, and we can, like, you can get into doing more of that stuff too. Go Crash Space.
Okay, thank you, Barb. Does anybody have any questions for Barb as vice president? No, if not, let's move on to president. That's you, Liz.
That's me. So I've been a part of Crashbase for, I think, going on 6 years now, and I've been president for going on 4 years now. And I'm very happy to continue serving in that role. I view the role of president as the person. I feel like I've been trying to build an inclusive and welcoming space at Crashbase. I'm often one of the first people that people interface with when they come to Crashbase for the first time, usually at Tuesday meetings. And I am happy to be that person. I'm happy to encourage others and teach others to the best of my abilities, and get people in touch with people that can also help them with the tools in the space. And yeah, I want to continue doing that. But as Barb said, if anybody's interested in serving as president in the future, I'm also happy to pass the mantle. So if anybody's remotely interested in that, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I'm happy to continue serving as president.
Okay.
Yay,
Very
Liz.
well. Thank you, Liz. Any questions for Liz as president? Okay. If not, then we move on to the board of directors position. So in reverse ballot order, the first one is me. I'm Theron. I am on the board of directors. I currently serve as chairperson of the board. I've been on the board of directors since we've had a board of directors. And we lost track. I think we were thinking about it and realized the Crashbase is almost 15 years old now. And I was at the first meeting in the space when we were all sitting on the floor, along with Josh, because we didn't have any furniture, so we were all just camping out on the floor. So I've been involved in Crashbase for a long time. I'm still very involved, serving on the board. I attend our sort of biweekly administration calls, and very much involved in the 3D printer stuff, running the 3D printer events. Still very much interested in being involved, and very committed to Crash's potential as seeing our mission come true, which is to sort of be more involved in the community and helping people who might not otherwise be feeling like they could do all the kinds of cool, crazy things that we do at Crashbase. So I'm still very much interested in continuing on with the board. So, next, Juan, you're the newbie on the board nominees. Would you care to give your pitch for why you would like to be serving on the board?
Sure. So I was actually looking at my history to see like how it almost feels like it's been a while since, or it's been a long time since I've been involved, but it's actually relatively short. So my first meeting was mid-August, and then my first event was Video Dim Sum shortly thereafter. And as soon as I experienced that, I was like, yeah, I think I found my home. Like, I'm going to be sticking around. So by September, I had signed up as a member, and been using Crashbase, whether they like it or not, the weekly meetings as my kind of my goalpost. And if you noticed, every weekly meeting I have either a finished project or progress on a project. So it's how I keep myself accountable. And then that's what I did last year. Then going into this year, I wanted to be more involved, and I like the environment and I wanted to keep going. So I volunteered to make sure that Coding Social returned, and it was very available. So every week I've been hosting or co-hosting it, and I foresee continuing that into this year. And basically, I really like the organization. I like the people that are involved. And when you find something so special like that, you want it to continue, you want it to have a future. So I'm just paying my part and ensuring that it has longevity and it continues to be a benefit to everybody involved.
Great. Thank you so much. And thank you for being as much a part of Crashbase as you have been. Great. And then last up, as the other board, the incumbent on the board, Aquiel.
Hi, everybody. My name is Aquiel. I've been a member of Crashbase for a few years now. I decided to join Crashbase because just in my day-to-day work, I wasn't really getting the creative / building things that I would building stuff that really drew me to my career in the first place. So just finding Crashbase as a way for me to explore my hobbies and find that outlet has always been very valuable to me. And just my time being on the board, seeing how Crashbase functions and what goes into running a successful organization. I just want to help continue that and build it so that other people can also come to Crashbase and find a place where they can be creative and explore. And I hope to continue that on the board.
Great. Thank you so much. And does anyone have any questions for any of the board nominees? All right. Well, that will conclude our Meet the Candidates event. I will edit this up and we'll get it up to the YouTube and we'll post a link to that on the blog. Voting is, I believe, now open and will be for the next week. Our annual meeting is next Saturday, correct?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, cool. So we have a little time. If anyone has not received an email with a link to the ballot and their number, contact somebody, one of the board, or contact Josh, and we'll get it sorted out and make sure that it actually you're on the list of members in good standing, so that we can get you your ballot. And please, everyone, vote. The ballot is not particularly competitive, but we do need people to vote because we have to hit a certain quorum in order for the ballot to be or the election to be valid, and we also need that for the annual meeting, for the purpose of the annual meeting. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, and we will see you in a couple weeks at the annual meeting. All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Whoa.